Another problem I've had is that when I've talked to people on message boards and stuff is that they say, well, they're only putting McClement out there because he's a good #1 face-off guy, he'll win the puck and then he'll get off the ice, blah, 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 blah. The problem with that argument, that's a totally legit argument. I mean, sure, it's more philosophy than it is actually, like, provable. But, that's a legit argument. Only if Jay McClement is winning face-offs at a beastly rate. And he's not. Jay McClement is a 50.8% in the face-off circle, which is good. That means he can hold his own. I mean, he's going to win it half the time. That's good. He's third on our team in players who have taken more than 75 face-offs. So the guys ahead of him are Andy McDonald and Keith Kachuk, which both of them are out producing Jay McClement. So again, why is McClement being put out there in even strength situations? Why is Jay McClement being put out there in overtime? It doesn't make sense. Good strategy for bad teams, and that's exactly what Andy Murray is a good coach for a bad team. But he's not a good coach for a good team. And the reason I'm saying that is because of these numbers, where you've got this even strength time on ice per game, where McClement is leading the team, well, in forwards, and you can't do that and expect to win with the roster we have, which is designed to go and score goals. You can't have Berglund at 10 minutes and 49 seconds and have McClement at 13:49. You can't have Oshie at 11:39 and McClement at 13:49. You can't have that. And I know that the guys are slumping back there, Oshie, Berglund, boys, that they're all not doing insanely well this year. But you just can't play the game like this anymore. You can't. This is like what you'd see if a team was trying to play the trap in the 90s. And that's my opinion on that. And I've looked into other teams. Now, here's page 3. How other teams are doing this. And I looked at the San Jose Sharks, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, because San Jose and Pittsburgh are good, and Detroit's kind of slacking, but it's not for coach's sake. So, in San Jose, we see Marleau and Thornton leading the team in points, and they're leading the team in production, and they're getting the most time on ice, and they're getting around the most even strength time on ice. The most even strength time on ice is actually going to Danny Heatley, who's underproducing by 3 points from them. But basically, the top 3 even strength time on ice guys there are Marleau, Thornton, and Heatley. The exception being Rion Clough, where he's not producing, and he's got 8 points and 15.28 seconds even strength time. Numbers, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, it's like that in the rest of the league, where you've got the guys who are supposed to score are seeing the most time, even strength. Detroit is Zetterberg at 14:45, whereas you compare that to a guy like Draper, who's the shutdown forward down there. He's at 10 minutes and 42 seconds. It's totally like this team, the Blues team, is flipped from where you need to see other teams. Crosby is at 15:21, and Craig Adams, seems to be their shutdown guy to go to, is 9:47. The Blues seem to have this flipped, where the guys we need to rely on to provide offense, such as Oshie or Berglund, or to a lesser extent Boyes or McDonald, are being outplayed on the even strength time by guys like McClement and Crombeen in different situations. Crombeen obviously isn't overplaying McDonald, but you get what I'm saying. He's overplaying some of the players who should be out there. So that's my whole problem with this. And that's the whole fundamental problem with Andy Murray's system, is that it's designed to shut down the entire game, keep it a low-scoring affair, and hopefully this bad team that doesn't have any offense can get a goal. But the problem is that now that the Blues are not a bad team and that they can actually score goals, you need to be putting your goal scorers out there to do that. And everybody is talking about how Korea's production is down, Boyes' production is down, trade them, blah, 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 blah. And this is true. This is very true, that Boyes and Korea need to pick up their game. But when you look at their production, it's not nearly as bad as you'd think it to be, because the time on ice is totally unevenly distributed between them and guys who should be fourth-line guys like McClement or Crombeen. This is why we aren't winning. That's what I want to chalk it up to. You can assign your own blame. You don't have to put it on Murray. You can put it on anybody you want. That's who I'm putting it on. All right. If that made any sense, let me know. Just kind of like right there and be like, Brennan, that made a lot of sense. Or Brennan, that didn't make any sense at all. Because I have no idea. I'm trying to express graphs verbally, and I've never tried that before. All right. So here's these numbers if you want to pause the screen. I don't know if you could read that or not. But those are those numbers. You can compare them with the numbers I gave to you earlier if you want, and look at things and see if you really care that much, like me. Probably not. What else? We keep losing. And another thing that's amazing is that we're losing and we haven't been decimated by injuries. The rest of the league is getting torn up. And the only players we've lost are Steen, Kolyakovo, Oshie for a little while. These aren't guys who are supposed to be making, or Oshie maybe, but the rest of these guys aren't guys who are supposed to be making or breaking our team. I mean, you look, Cam Ward's out in Carolina. Well, Carolina's not a good example. You look at Vancouver, where Sedin is out, and Luongo's been in and out. You look at Boston, been hit by injuries like crazy. And yet we haven't, and we have this 5-6-4 record. We're 14th in our conference, and we're in a lottery position to win the chase for Taylor Hall. This is ridiculous. This is terrible. And I'm going to say it right now. If the next 5 games go like the last 5 games, Murray is done. I don't care that he got extended. I don't care that he got us into the playoffs. He's done. And he should be done. I don't know if he would get fired or not. That's not up to me. And I don't think I know better than JD. I'm not trying to get my ego on. But Murray is not playing this system the way he needs to. Okay, moving on. A couple of other things I want to touch on is that in the near future, the Blues are going to have to worry about this having too many defensemen problem, which is, I mean, you got Kolyakovo, Weaver, Brewer, Jackman, Pietrangelo, Sador, Johnson, and the list goes on. And one of these guys needs to leave somehow, whether it's being sent down and possibly being kicked off by waivers, or if it's in an actual trade. I don't know how it's going to go down, but something's going to go down. I don't think we'll see Pietrangelo sent back because that would really probably stunt his development, and we don't want to do that. So here we are with that problem. And also, while we're dealing with that problem with too many defensemen in the NHL, we also have an NHL caliber defenseman in the AHL with Jonas Junlund, who apparently is just putting up insane amounts of points down there. I don't know if his defensive game is good enough to come up here and actually contribute. All right, so that's going to probably do it for this first blog. Go ahead and type me what you think. Brandon, you're full of crap. Brandon, I agree with you. Brandon, awesome! Exclamation point, exclamation point, 111. Whatever you want to type, just go ahead and leave it down there. Or video respond to me, I don't care. It'd be nice to just know that I'm appreciated or seen something. I just spent like a good 2 hours of my life on these charts here. So, until next time, hopefully we'll stump this streak and I'll be completely proven wrong by Murray's non-lack of poor coaching. Whatever. See you guys later.